Veteran politician, former acting president and former speaker Barrister Jamiruddin Sarkar laid to eternal rest at Songshad Bhavan premises. President and Prime Minister paid late last respects at his coffin. Songshad adopts condolence motion on death of Barrister Jamiruddin Sarkar. Country lost steadfast politician devoted to democracy and strong guardian of constitutional institutions, say members of parliament. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman orders highest vigilance and coordinated response to save lives and properties in waterlogged areas. Prime Minister holds meeting on two waste-to-energy projects in Amin Bazar and Matuwail. Amin Bazar project to produce 42.5 megawatts of electricity daily. No more settlements at foothills. Flood-affected people to be rehabilitated, says State Minister for Power. All-out efforts continue to tackle disaster. Primary scholarship examination results published. 79,246 students get scholarships under general and talent pool categories. No scope for ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to return to country and surrender voluntarily, says Chief Prosecutor. Third phase of US attacks on Iran. Tehran announces complete closure of Strait of Hormuz along with retaliatory attacks. And in World Cup football, Argentina beat Switzerland and England beat Norway to reach semi-finals. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News at 10. I am Roya Zabin. You have just the headlines, now news in details. The burial of Barrister Jamiruddin Sarkar, former acting president, former speaker of the Jatiyo Songshad and a senior member of the BNP's National Standing Committee, has been completed. He was laid to rest at the National Graveyard on the premises of the Jatiyo Songshad with both state and party honours. Earlier, his second namaz-e-janaza was held at the tunnel of the Jatiyo Songshad after Asr prayers. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman attended the namaz-e-janaza. Besides leader of the opposition Dr. Shafiqur Rahman, Speaker Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram, cabinet members, chief whips, members of parliament, Barrister Jamiruddin Sarkar's son and people from all walks of life participated in the deceased's second janaza. Following the namaz-e-janaza, Major General A.S.M. Bahauddin, Military Secretary to the President, placed a wreath on behalf of President Mohammad Shahabuddin to pay tribute to the deceased. Subsequently, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman paid his respects by laying a floral wreath. He also laid a wreath on behalf of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party (BNP). Senior leaders, including the party's Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, accompanied him at the time. Speaker and Deputy Speaker paid their respects by placing wreaths on the coffin of Barrister Jamiruddin Sarkar. Earlier, seeking forgiveness for the departed soul of Jamiruddin Sarkar, Speaker Hafizuddin Ahmed, Deputy Speaker Barrister Kaisar Kamal, Chief Whip Muhammad Nurul Islam, Leader of the Opposition in Parliament Shafiqur Rahman, and BNP Secretary General and Local Government Minister Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir delivered speeches. They highlighted various contributions of Jamiruddin Sarkar towards the country. On behalf of the family, the eldest son of the deceased and Member of Parliament, Barrister Muhammad Naushad Jamir, spoke on the occasion. He sought prayers from everyone for the forgiveness and peace of his father's soul. Barrister Jamiruddin Sarkar had been undergoing treatment for quite some time due to old age and various physical ailments. Veteran politician and former Speaker Barrister Jamiruddin Sarkar breathed his last early Sunday morning while undergoing treatment at a hospital in the capital's Shamuli area. He was 95. Former Speaker and former Acting President Barrister Jamiruddin Sarkar was remembered in Parliament today as lawmakers from both the Treasury and opposition benches paid rich tributes to his distinguished career, expressing profound grief at his passing. They described him as a distinguished jurist, a mentor-like parliamentarian, a politician with an unwavering commitment to democracy, and a steadfast guardian of the country's constitutional institutions. The discussion on the condolence motion was held during the parliamentary sitting presided over by Speaker Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram. Participating in the discussion, lawmakers from both sides of the House said the veteran politician was an institution in himself. After qualifying as a barrister from Lincoln's Inn in London, through his own merit, he returned to Bangladesh and earned an outstanding reputation in the legal profession. Rising from the remote district of Panchkar, he made significant contributions to national politics and state affairs. They noted that he was never defeated in any election and remained immensely popular in his constituency. The lawmakers also said Barrister Jamiruddin Sarkar was a man of many talents, an author, lawyer, legislator and politician. Although he studied history and literature, he later chose law as his profession. They added that not only did he pursue a legal career himself, but he also inspired all three of his children to join the legal profession. Taking part in the discussion, the members said Barrister Sarkar was deeply committed to providing legal support to persecuted and oppressed politicians during the fascist regime and never accepted any remuneration for his services. They said he never compromised on the practice of democracy or the principles of a democratic system of governance. The lawmakers further said that although he was involved in left-wing politics during his student life, he later embraced the ideals of the martyred President Ziaur Rahman and joined Jagotol before becoming a member of the BNP. Since the party's inception, he played a key role in its policy-making process and served the nation with distinction in various capacities, including as a minister and Speaker of Parliament. Following the discussion, the House observed a 1-minute silence in honor of former Speaker Barrister Jamiruddin Sarkar. Members of Parliament Kamruzaman then led a prayer seeking eternal peace for the departed soul of the veteran statesman.
لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله لا ملجأ ولا منجا من الله إلا وسلام على المرسلين وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله.
Speaker Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram later adjourned the House until 3 p.m. tomorrow as a mark of respect to the late Barrister Jamiruddin Sarkar, suspending all other parliamentary business. Meanwhile, replying to a supplementary question at the beginning of the sitting, Finance Minister Amir Khusro Mohammad Chaudhry told Parliament that confidence among both local and foreign investors is gradually returning to the country's capital market, thanks to sweeping reforms, a transparent regulatory framework and firm action against those involved in large-scale market manipulation in the past. The Finance Minister said that major global financial centers have expressed interest in participating in Bangladesh's capital market. Responding to another supplementary question, he said the government is implementing a comprehensive program to make the tax system simpler, fairer and more taxpayer-friendly while significantly expanding the tax net. He added that a simplified, flat rate tax regime is being introduced to bring individuals and small businesses currently outside the tax net into the formal taxation system. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman held a meeting on 2 waste-to-energy projects to be implemented at Amin Bazar under Dhaka North City Corporation DNCC and at Madhuwail under Dhaka South City Corporation DSCC. The meeting was held at the conference room of the Cabinet Division in the Bangladesh Secretariat this morning. The meeting was informed that China's CMEC Group will invest in the construction of a waste-to-energy plant at Amin Bazar. The project will generate 42.5 megawatts of electricity by processing approximately 3,000 tons of waste from Dhaka city every day. The project is expected to begin supplying electricity to the national grid by August 2028 and will be capable of generating electricity for the next 25 years. South Korea's B&F company will implement a waste management and power generation project at Madhuwail under Dhaka South City Corporation. Under the project, around 15,000 tons of methane gas will be produced annually from waste, which will generate approximately 81,000 megawatt hours of electricity each year. This is equivalent to producing about 221 megawatt hours of electricity per day. The project will also produce solar power, fertilizer, animal feed, and environment-friendly eco-bricks. Approximately 3,000 to 3,500 tons of waste will be processed daily under the project. The meeting was informed that the project would make a significant contribution to improving waste management, addressing climate change, and mitigating global warming. To expedite the implementation of the 2 projects, the Prime Minister directed to hold an inter-ministerial meeting involving the Ministries of Local Government, Power and Environment. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman emphasized the importance of completing both projects within the stipulated time frame and ensuring the best possible use of environmentally friendly technologies. LGRD and Cooperatives Minister Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, State Minister Mir Shah Alam, DNCC Administrator Mohammad Shafiqul Islam Khan, DSCC Administrator Mohammad Abdus Salam, Prime Minister's Principal Secretary ABM Abdus Sattar, Additional Press Secretary Atikur Rahman Rumon and other senior officials concerned attended the meeting. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman directed the authorities concerned to complete projects to restore Dhanmondi and Gulshan lakes within the stipulated time frame, stressing coordinated efforts to protect the capital's environment and water bodies. He gave the directive at a meeting on the restoration and development of Dhanmondi and Gulshan lakes and the installation of sewage treatment plants STPs held at the Cabinet Division conference room at the Bangladesh Secretariat today. At the meeting, officials briefed the Prime Minister on a Dhaka South City Corporation project to restore and redevelop Dhanmondi Lake, construct Nozrul Sorobor and install STPs as part of efforts to modernize Dhaka's sewerage system. The meeting also decided to take effective measures to disconnect all illegal waste discharge lines flowing into Gulshan and Baridhara lakes within the next 6 months. Officials further informed the meeting that the Capital Development Authority Rajuk will lead a program to clean, beautify and improve the environmental condition of Gulshan Lake. The Prime Minister reviewed several presentations on restoring Dhaka's lakes, improving their cleanliness and expanding the installation of sewage treatment plants in residential and commerce buildings. He emphasized the timely implementation of the projects and called for a coordinated approach to protecting the capital's environment and preserving its water bodies. State Minister for Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives Mir Shah Alam, State Minister for Housing and Public Works Ahmed Sohail Manjur, Dhaka North City Corporation Administrator Mohammad Shafiqul Islam Khan, Dhaka South City Corporation Administrator Mohammad Abdus Salam, Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister ABM Abdus Sattar and other senior officials attended the meeting. A delegation of Bangladeshi students who won gold medal at the International Olympiad Association paid a courtesy call on Prime Minister Tariq Rahman. The meeting was held at the Prime Minister's office in the Jatiyo সংসদ Bhavan this evening. The Prime Minister warmly congratulated the gold medal winning students and all members of the delegation. Expressing pride in the achievements of Bangladeshi students at an international level, the Prime Minister said that the present government attaches the highest importance to fostering innovation and creativity among the country's younger generation. Tariq Rahman inquired in detail about the students' award-winning projects. He listened attentively to their future plans, including studies and research, and encouraged them to pursue more innovative and creative initiatives. The delegation informed the Prime Minister about their participation in the AI International Olympiad to be held in Kazakhstan from August 2 to 8. The Prime Minister wished them every success and assured them of all necessary government support for their participation in the competition. On the occasion, the Prime Minister presented a laptop to each two gold medalists, Labib Shahryar, a 10th grade student from Homna Adorsho Bidyalay, Saiduzaman Araf, an 11th grade student from Maulavi Bazar Government College, and Tirib Roy Arya, an 11th grade student of Notre Dame College. He also presented books to the other team members, Naira Nawar Ahmed, Naufil Rahman, Ananya Zarif Arkand, Mubtasim Chaudhry Piyom, and Murtaza Abdullah. Addressing the students, Tariq Rahman said his government is working to identify talented young people across the country and ensure their development through international standard training, research opportunities, and necessary support. He said a technology-driven and knowledge-based Bangladesh would be built through the country's talented youth. The Prime Minister urged all to work with dedication and sincerity to further enhance Bangladesh's image abroad. The delegation expressed its interest in hosting an AI Olympiad in Bangladesh, to which the Prime Minister assured full government support. The delegation included Bangladesh AI Olympiad team leader and University of Dhaka Professor Dr. B.M. Moinul Hossain Raju, Bangladesh AI Olympiad coach Dr. Mohammad Azam Khan, President of the Bangladesh Open Source Network Munir Hassan, and Bangladesh AI Olympiad coordinator and mentor Tasnim Mahfuz Nafis. Prime Minister's advisor on Post Telecommunications and Information Technology and Science and Technology Rehan Asif Asad and Prime Minister's Press Secretary AAM Saleh Shibli and Additional Press Secretary Atikur Rahman Roman were present on the occasion. President Mohammad Shahabuddin has stressed on transforming the country's youth population into productive human resources to make the best use of the demographic dividend. The President made the remarks while addressing a program on the occasion of World Population Day at Osmani Memorial Auditorium in the capital this afternoon. He said around 1/3 of the country's total population is young, and this huge working age population is the country's greatest potential. The President said if it is not possible to transform the youth into skilled human resources, this potential may eventually become a cause of unemployment, poverty, social instability, and economic pressure. The President said quality and planned population is the prime asset and strength of a country. On the other hand, an unplanned and incompetent population is a major challenge for a country. Noting that the country's total fertility rate has remained at around 2.3 over the past 1.5 decades, the President stressed on bringing it closer to the replacement level of 2.0 and sustaining it for achieving long-term population stability. Health and Family Welfare Minister Sardar Mohammad Shakhawat Hussain, State Minister Dr. M.A. Mohit, UNFPA Bangladesh Representative Catherine Breen Kamkong, Health Services Division Secretary Mohammad Kamruzzaman Chaudhry, and concerned Director Generals spoke on the occasion. The President handed over crests and certificates to the institutions and people who contributed at the grassroots level of the health sector. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman has directed all relevant agencies and field-level administration to remain on maximum alert and work in close coordination to protect lives and property affected by widespread waterlogging caused by heavy rainfall and ensure prompt relief distribution and healthcare services. The directive came during a virtual meeting from the Prime Minister's office with Divisional Commissioners, Deputy Inspector General (DIGs) of Police, Deputy Commissioners, DCs, Superintendents of Police, SPs, Civil Surgeons and other field-level officials from all 8 divisions. During the meeting, officials briefed the Prime Minister on the latest waterlogging situation in their respective areas, including the extent of damage, the condition of shelter centres, rescue operations, relief distribution and healthcare services. The Prime Minister said protecting people's lives and property must remain administration's highest priority during the ongoing emergency and stressed that there was no room for negligence. He instructed the authorities to ensure the swift distribution of relief materials, including dry food, safe drinking water, baby food, essential medicines and healthcare services to affected people. Tariq Rahman also emphasized maintaining safe conditions at shelters by ensuring adequate sanitation, uninterrupted electricity and communication facilities. He gave special instructions to ensure healthcare services and security for women, children, the elderly, persons with disabilities and pregnant women. To maintain law and order, the Prime Minister directed law enforcement agencies to remain on the highest alert to prevent any criminal activities including theft, robbery, hoarding, misappropriation of relief goods and other offences taking advantage of the disaster situation. He also stressed transparency and accountability in relief distribution, saying priority must be given to those genuinely affected. The meeting also discussed disaster preparedness, rescue operations, coordination among different agencies, river water levels and regular monitoring of weather forecasts. Officials joining from Chattogram informed the meeting that waterlogging in the port cities started to ease gradually. However, they said the situation is worsening in the Sylhet region following damage to an embankment on the Manu River, while fresh waterlogging was feared in Rangpur division. Following the briefing, the Prime Minister instructed the authorities to take all possible precautionary measures to keep the necessary manpower and equipment ready and continue working in a coordinated manner to support affected communities. State Minister for Power, Energy and Mineral Resources, Onindo Islam Amit, said the government will not allow any more settlements at the foot of hills and everyone affected will be rehabilitated. He made the remarks today while visiting a flood shelter in Chattogram's Akbar Shah area. The State Minister said Chattogram has experienced one of the highest levels of rainfall in recent decades after several days of continuous rain. Despite the difficult conditions, government agencies and the Chattogram City Corporation are working together to deal with the disaster and provide all possible support, he added. Torrential monsoon rains that continued throughout the night left several parts of the capital under water today, crippling traffic movement and causing widespread sufferings for commuters. According to the Bangladesh Meteorological Department, Dhaka recorded 97 millimeters of rainfall in the 24 hours leading up to 6 a.m. today. The city's drainage system collapsed in many areas due to the continuous heavy downpour. BMD Assistant Meteorologist Afroza Sultana confirmed the 24-hour recording and added that an additional 82 millimeter of rainfall was recorded in the city between 6 a.m. and 12 p.m. today. She warned that the rain is likely to continue until tomorrow. Widespread waterlogging was reported in various parts of the city, including Motichil, Dilkusha, Tikatuli, Shantinagar, Badda, Green Road, Tejturi Bazar, Panthopot, Boshundhara Residential Area, Monipur, Thanmodi 27 and 32, Mohammadpur, Sheorapara and Kalshi. Knee-deep water in major thoroughfares drastically slowed down vehicles' movement and forced pedestrians onto the main roads as footpaths went under rainwater. During visits to the affected areas, this correspondent found many office-goers wading through flooded footpaths in the Motichil commercial area. Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Aminul Islam has said there is no opportunity for ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to return to country and surrender voluntarily. Speaking at a press conference in the contemporary issues in the capital this afternoon, he also mentioned that Sheikh Hasina is in exile under Indian government. For this reason, she must come to the country, having been arrested as a convict through the handover by the Indian government. Personally, there is no legal way for her to surrender in the country freely, he added. Meanwhile, in the recently concluded investigation of the Shapla Square massacre case, the chief prosecutor stated that the formal charge of the case will be submitted on July 21. Speaker Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram today said members of parliament have a vital role to play in establishing a sustainable, discrimination-less and human resource-based society. The speaker said this while addressing an orientation workshop titled The Role of Parliament in Achieving Demographic Dividend, the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) and Implementing the ICPD Commitments, as the chief guest at the Oath Room of the Jatiyo Shangshad. The workshop was organized under the Strengthening Parliament's Capacity in Population and Development Issues SPCPD project. Deputy Speaker Barrister Kaisar Kamal chaired the event, while Chief Whip Muhammad Nurul Islam Moni spoke as the special guest. The speaker stressed the need to transform the country's large youth population into skilled human resources so that the demographic dividend could be effectively utilized to accelerate socio-economic development. Members of Parliament, the UNFPA Bangladesh country representative, the project director and senior officials of the Jatiyo Shangshad Secretariat were present at the program. Chief Whip of the Jatiyo Shangshad, Muhammad Nurul Islam, today underscored the importance of strengthening parliamentary democracy, saying democracy is the foundation of a country's development and progress. He made the remarks while a delegation of the European Partnership for Democracy (EPD) paid a courtesy call on him at his office in the Jatiyo Shangshad today. The EPD delegation comprised Acting Executive Director Tejas Burman and Project Director Anastasia S. Wibawa. During the meeting, the two sides exchanged views on Bangladesh's parliamentary democracy, strengthening democratic institutions, advancing the democratic process and making the Jatiyo Shangshad more effective, said a press release of the Parliament Secretariat. The Chief Whip said the stronger the democratic process becomes, the more firmly the people's rights are established, enabling all constitutional and democratic institutions to perform their responsibilities more effectively. Tejas Burman said Bangladesh is currently enjoying a positive democratic environment and expressed the EPD's willingness to extend necessary support to enhance the capacity of lawmakers and further strengthen the effectiveness of the Jatiyo Shangshad. The results of the 2025 primary scholarship examination have been announced, with a total of 79,246 students receiving scholarships. The results were officially announced at a press conference held this afternoon at the International Mother Language Institute in the capital by Primary and Mass Education and Education Minister Dr. A.N.M. Ehsanul Haq Milon. According to the published results, 32,965 students have been awarded scholarships under the talent pool category, while 46,281 students have received scholarships under the general category. The 2025 primary scholarship examination was held in April this year with 2,56,117 students from across the country taking part. The Education Minister said that the scholarship examination will be expanded in the future. He also announced plans to increase both the number of scholarships and the scholarship stipend. Earlier, while inaugurating a validation program organized by the National Curriculum and Textbook Board (NCTB), the minister said that the cover design, paper quality and printing standard of the new textbooks should be improved to make them more attractive to students. At the event, state ministers also said that teachers would receive the necessary training to effectively implement classroom activities related to sports, culture and the Learning with Happiness program. Now, international news.